Hi everyone, it's Martin here from Tapir. Thanks for joining us for our first ever unveiling from the Schleich Vault. Over the past year, we've been busy, obviously, creating a one-stop shop for all Schleich products, and we've gone on to create a fantastic range, which is better, we think, than most other independent toy stores in the country. You guys know that if you come here, you're going to see the giant figures. We hold the Schleich events, and all of our staff really care about Schleich. In fact, all of our staff collect Schleich as well. And over the last 12 months, we've been curating a bit of an archive of rare and vintage Schleich products. Because one of the best things about working at Tapir is Schleich collectors travel here almost on pilgrimage to talk to us about their collection, to see the latest releases. And occasionally what happens is people bring us, figures which they want to swap for figures that we have, and we've gone on to create a really big collection. And we often get asked, oh, have you got an Eldrador kraken, or have you got a wildlife seahorse? And the answer sometimes is yes, we do have those figures. They're not on the main stand, they're sort of kept safely either on the premises or off site. And what we wanted to do is give everyone the fairest possible opportunity to try and accumulate these figures to fill in the gaps in your own collections. So what we're going to do for the foreseeable future is on a bi-weekly basis, so every fortnight, we're going to go live on Facebook, and we're going to unveil figures from the Schleich Vault. So the first thing that you will do, 3 easy steps. Number 1, join us on a Sunday, and we'll show you what figures we're going to be selling and releasing that week. The second thing that you have to do is remember to set your alarms for a Monday morning at 10 o'clock, because all the figures which we are going to showcase you today will be available on the Tapir website for you to purchase tomorrow. And the third thing which we do is we package it up in the Tapir way. We send you a Schleich catalogue, Schleich stickers, all those little bits, the dinosaur activity pack, all those bits which the other stores don't have. You can't get in Smurfs, you can't get, in the larger toy stores. So it is with great pleasure that I'm going to share with you about 14 or 15 different things we have from the Schleich Vault. Now, we've tried to pick a bit of a selection, because obviously there's lots of different franchises. We've got the Dinosaurs range, Bayala, we've got Wildlife and Horse Club and Farm World. But what we want to do is we want to, spread this over a number of weeks. So although you might not see lots of Bayala today, there will be a Bayala Vault weekend, there will be an Eldrador Vault weekend, there'll be a Farm World Vault weekend. So if there's something you're really looking for, do keep your eyes on our event page for more details. So without further ado, I'll do the most exciting bit and unveil the first offering from the Schleich Vault, and also show off this really delicious and I really love it, this Schleich tablecloth which were kindly given by Schleich. So some of these figures here are pretty rare, pretty old, pretty vintage. Some of you may be lucky enough to have them in your collections already. Some of them you might actually be seeing, for the first time in this video today. Now, what I will say is, because we can't order these from Schleich, we can't buy them in, they're not part of the current range, the stocks that we have are really limited. So you will see some things in the Schleich Vault unveilings where we literally just have one of those items, and they will go on a first come first served basis. With some of the other figures which were part of the Schleich range originally, we do actually have a decent number of those figures, but they're still limited. We might have 4, 5, 10. We don't have anywhere near the volume of figures that we do for the standard range, which we sell obviously on a day-to-day basis. So we do have some really nice figures here today. I'm going to start with what I think is my favourite figure on this table, and that's actually the Schleich Wildlife Octopus. Now, it hasn't been out of the range for that long, but product 14768 is what I think a fantastic high quality figure. What I love about Schleich, my staff love about Schleich, our customers love about Schleich, is the attention to detail. Now, if you've ever been fortunate enough to be scuba diving and see an octopus in the wild, or maybe you've been to the Sea Life Centre, you can actually see how realistic this is. The colouring, obviously we look underneath, we can see the tentacles, the suction pads that the octopus have. It's a really, really, really nice product. Obviously got all the Schleich stamping, and of course what I know is really important to you guys, the collectors, is that they're still wearing their stickers. Now we've got some really old figures which don't have their stickers on, which we'll show you in forthcoming weeks, but I think everything we're going to show you today is in its original packaging or with its original stickers. So this product was launched in 2015, which I can't believe now is 7 years ago. So this was launched in January 2015. It was phased out several years ago, but it's gone on to become, a really popular figure in the collector's market. We have tried to be as fair as possible with our prices because there is a limited amount, and we are donating a proportion of every sale to our charity partner, which is the Grevy Zebra Trust. And if you didn't see our Facebook post yesterday, we donated $400 recently to a supplementary feeding program for the world's most endangered zebra. So a portion of the prices will be going to that worthwhile charity as well. Now, this octopus we have seen in the secondary market, which we monitor regularly on Amazon, on eBay, going for between 15 and 20 pounds plus postage. We are offering this octopus to Tapir customers tomorrow at 10 o'clock for just $11.99. Obviously, a proportion of that will go to the Grevy Zebra Trust as well. But like I said, I'm starting my favourite. I absolutely love that figure, and I can't wait for some of you to add that to your collection. The second figure we have here from the wildlife range, this absolutely gorgeous European hedgehog in this lovely autumnal scene where you can obviously see the leaves are included in the figure, which is quite nice. It's very rare, maybe with the exception of the current toucan, the bald eagle, that you actually see some of the animal's habitat incorporated into the figure display. So it's actually a really nice little figure here. So the code on this hedgehog is 14713, and this product was retired several years ago. It's quite difficult to come by now in the secondary market. I think there's very few available on Amazon or eBay, but again the prices that we've seen are normally between sort of 15 and 18 pounds. We're offering this on the Tickly Tapir website tomorrow at 10 o'clock for just $9.99, and once again a proportion of that sale will go to the Grevy Zebra Trust, obviously supporting vital conservation work out in Kenya and Ethiopia. But a really nice figure, and I think there was a very small tiny hedgehog in the Schleich Farm World advent calendar last year, but this figure is actually a pretty good size compared to that one which was in the advent calendar. Moving away from wildlife, we also have some Farm World figures, including this really nice Husky, so 16835. It's part of the Farm World range. Obviously, with Farm World, what we expect every year is a couple of dogs to be released and a couple of dogs to be retired. I think this one was released in 2015 and it was retired a couple of years ago, but this Husky figure is really popular. Now, I remember when we had an excess stock of these originally, we were selling them on our Amazon account for about £20 a piece. Obviously, we're now doing the Schleich Vault. We're trying to offer the fairest prices possible and trying to, completely undercut the inflated price in the collector's market. Those Huskies will be available on our website tomorrow for just £9.99 each. The other thing which we get a lot of customers coming into our Blackminster Park store near Evesham asking us is, do you have accessories or people? Now, I'll give you a clue. There's going to be a future sort of live all about Schleich people. We have a lot of Schleich people, riders, farmers, all sorts of things. But another thing which people really like to build their collection and to build, the realism in their play sets or their collectors' pieces is the accessories. So we do actually have not Farm World. These things are so old that they're actually from the World of Nature series. So before the iconic Horse Club, Farm World, Dinosaur series were relaunched several years ago, a lot of the figures from Schleich were launched in this World of Nature brand. Now we'll be selling these lovely straw bales tomorrow on our website for just £5 a piece. We have a really limited quantity of these figures, these sets. I think we have 5 of those. So if you're looking to build a perfect farm for yourself, for your own collection, or for your children, then you'll be able to get those for a really good price on our website tomorrow. And even though what we'll see is some high-priced items over the next few weeks. There are also lots of pieces which can be very affordable, and you can quickly add a piece of, Schleich history to your collection. I know people are also always fascinated by the Schleich Horse Club series and the blankets, the halters that you can get. Again, this is a set here which was released pre-Horse Club, pre the purple branding, the purple grail, that we are associating with the Schleich brand so heavily now. But you get this blanket and headstall in this set. It's a lovely green piece. Again, under the World of Nature branding, you can see it obviously put onto a Schleich horse here. Again, we have about 10 of these sort of vintage blankets and headstalls, and they'll be available on our website tomorrow again for $4.99. So what we've tried to do is match the price of the current blankets and headstalls, which you can buy in the Schleich range, but obviously you can get something from us which hasn't been made for 6 or 7 years, maybe even longer. Now, one of the things which most people in the UK don't realise is sort of the history of Schleich and its success is so sort of in gratitude to the existence of Die Schlamps, as they call them in Germany, or the Smurfs, as we would call them here in the UK. Now, I reckon we've accumulated one of the biggest Schleich Smurf collections on the planet here at Tickly Tapir, and we will be parting with some of those in the forthcoming weeks as part of the Schleich Vault. Now, I'm a massive football fan. I'm an Aston Villa fan, so I'm in a very good mood at the moment. So when I was deciding which Smurf to bring out of the vault, I naturally wanted to bring the football-playing Smurfs out first. Now, unfortunately, they don't have an England Smurf, which I would love to add to my own collection, but we do have these really cool Spanish and French and Italian and German Smurfs, obviously the German one being the most popular. Now, we did get some of these Smurfs in stock ourselves probably about 6 months ago, and when we sold a few of them sort of in the secondary market, we were selling them for £40 a set. And I think on Amazon at the moment, if you wanted to buy the set, it's £50 plus postage. Not from us, but from another seller. We are offering these 4 Smurfs tomorrow on the Tickly Tapir website at £4.99 each, which is an incredible saving on the inflated prices, obviously, which exist in the secondary market. So, if you are a big Smurfs collector, we've got a lot of rare and vintage Smurfs, which we're going to be offering to you guys in the forthcoming weeks. And if you want to add the football Smurfs to your collection, you're going to get an absolute steal of a price. That was their original price when they first came out. These guys haven't been around for ages. So, really great things to add to your collection. Some of you might remember our first ever Schleich event a few months ago. Was that August 2021? We had the giant golden T-Rex, we had golden lions on the shelf as if they were just normal figures. We had an hour-long queue to get into the shop. One of the things which we also began to become aware of by talking to more and more collectors is how many people love the Snoopy, the Mayor, the Smurfs range. And we have these really, really cool Snoopy key rings here. Now, these Snoopy key rings, I've had my marketing assistant Amber doing some research on them recently. These Snoopy key rings, the only other listing we could find at the time was on eBay, and they were over £40 each. And there are some other Snoopy key rings we may have in forthcoming weeks, which, were sort of £70 each. Now, I'm not saying that I would pay £70 for a Snoopy key ring. I'm not saying you would pay £70 for a Snoopy key ring. But, maybe if we were to do a fairer price of $7.99, then, you would consider adding that Snoopy key ring to your collection. Like I said, you may even see it as a bit of an investment, because I know a lot of people who come into this shop, they buy Schleich figures which are in the current range, and they say, I don't mind paying £16 for a Schleich dinosaur, because I know that if we get rid of it in 10 years' time, I'll probably get 25 quid for it. So, we will be offering those Snoopy key rings at a really good price tomorrow. Then, in terms of the biggest set we have available tomorrow, we just have one of these. Really grateful to Paul Dearlove at Schleich for actually passing this set to us. A lot of these figures we've accumulated from other toy stores. We've accumulated from buying them on eBay, swapping them with collectors, like I said, when they've come to swap blind bag trades and so on. This one did come directly from Schleich. It's an untouched, unopened, sealed World of Nature Farmhouse. Now, I know that a lot of people will be familiar with the current Farm World house, which is bright yellow and it's got a red roof. And a lot of people say to me, why on earth do Schleich make yellow walls and red roofs on all of their farmhouses? You've never been to a farm with a red roof and a yellow wall. But with this particular set, it is really detailed. It looks like a traditional barn, and I really like how retro the packaging is. I love the fact it's got a wooden roof rather than a plastic one. It's from a completely different era of the Schleich production sort of process, and obviously the Schleich history books. So a really great figure to add to your collection. Now, again, it's been incredibly difficult to try and price this particular item because they just don't exist in the second-hand market. And it's impossible to find one which is sealed, and brand new. So this one-off piece which we have, or the only one of this item that we have, is going to go on sale tomorrow at 10 o'clock at $149.99. It does seem like a high price. Like I said, we do include the donations to Grubby Separate Trust, but it is comparable to the Schleich stable, which recently came out for Christmas, from the Horse Club range, and like I said, you're not going to find one of these again anywhere else. Now, I love Schleich, or I like Schleich, as I should say. That was obviously their famous marketing campaign from a few years ago. We do have some other pieces of Schleich history. In fact, we have the Anywhere's a Playground book, which Schleich released for their 75th anniversary. You guys might remember that a couple of years ago they celebrated their 85th anniversary with the release of the Golden Lion figure. To celebrate the 75th, they released this amazing book which talks you through the history of Schleich, includes images, which go behind the scenes, head office at Schleich. It talks you through the production process. There's great images of the molding process and the design process, the sculpting of the different figures, how they come out of their molds, and then there is a written history as well of how Schleich came about. And like I said, a huge section of this book and Schleich's history is owed to Smurfs. And I personally would like to hear from you if you can find me one of these giant Smurfs. I would love that out the front of the Tickly Tapir store or on top of our Schleich stand. Yes, we sell Schleich, but we also buy Schleich. You've got really good Schleich, good quality, good condition Schleich. We're very interested in it, either for our own collections or to sell to other collectors, later on. And obviously it talks about the importance of Bayala and dinosaurs in recent years. And this gives you a history of Schleich all the way from those early days up until 2006 and the celebration of the 75th anniversary. Now, this is my personal copy of this book, which I won't be letting go anywhere. But we do have 3 of these books, brand new and sealed, in their original packaging. And again, these will be going onto our website tomorrow, and these will be priced at £15.99. Now, we sold one of these for our charity auction back in August for about £20. So again, we're trying to do a saving on prices we've done before, and also the prices we're aware of in the second-hand market. My poor marketing assistant Amber has spent the last 3 months researching prices to try and make this as fair as possible, because if one person gets it at £4.99, then great, but we need to make it as fair as possible so everyone can get a bit of the Schleich history and add to their collection. Now, that's the first batch of products that we have in the Schleich Vault. I was saying to my team this week, when we decided on which products to do first, we haven't even made a small dent in what we have available. And we can foresee the Schleich Vault ongoing for the next 12 months at least, as we go through, you know, our own collection of vintage and rare products. Now, you'll notice today there isn't any Bayala or any Eldrador, because they are newer series. There's a lot less of them, but check out our events page, check out our online events. We will be releasing a Bayala for weekend where we just focus on Bayala figures, and there will also be an Eldrador weekend as well. Now, I'll be honest, I was never the biggest fan of Eldrador. I am now. I love it. My favourite figure is actually the jungle creature out of all of the Schleich range. But we have some mind-blowing Eldrador available during that Eldrador weekend. So if you are looking for pieces, then, you know, maybe come back in a few weeks' time. So I'll leave it there. I hope everyone's enjoyed seeing the figures we have in the Schleich Vault. If you got any questions, let us know in the comments below this live, and we will answer them tomorrow on our page. Don't forget to set your alarms, 10 AM tomorrow. We'll see you then, and it's on www.ticklytapir.com. Thanks guys, have a great evening.